Well, for the Pelicans, they're struggling through some mid-season doldrums at this point. It's been a ragged patch of the schedule for them lately. And guys, this team getting some big help in the form of Freak. He has stepped up and been a big contributor over this recent stretch of games. Shaq, what's been the change for him?
You know, he's playing under control, Ernie. He's not trying to do too much with each possession. You know, he's also being more aggressive, taking the initiative. You know, he's just going at people. The barbecue chicken theory, Ernie. Get out of my way. I'm going to eat you.
Yeah, I mean, Freak might be one of my favorite players coming up, Ernie. I mean, his teammates are trusting him more, giving him opportunities, trusting that the fact that he can score, and their success as a unit is also increased because of their trust in him.
You know who Freak reminds me of?
Who's that?
Me.
Oh, yeah.
And that wraps it up here. Thanks for joining us.
The Pelicans come into a Western Conference contest in this game. Welcome to the Tuesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. This game marks the end of this stretch at home for the Lakers. Back on the road tomorrow. Try as they might, they've fallen behind the pack, but a chance. Lakers. Jones checked in for Hibbert. Julius Randle comes in for Brandon Bass. And Wilson Chandler's subbed in for Bryant. Gordon's checked in for the Pelicans. Freak comes in for Drew Holiday. So the Pelican 5 right now. Freak, he's in at point guard. Gortat is out there with Anthony Davis. Then there's Gordon, and it's Anderson in at the 3 side. Now let's go over to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Byron Scott.
He said that one player he's really wary of is Anthony Davis, adding he can impact the game in so many ways. Defense, shot blocking, rebounding, and scoring. He's still adding muscle, and we've got to capitalize on that strength advantage at both ends. Kevin, that's the MO for any young player. We'll see how he stands up to it.
Thanks again, Doris. Mike Muscala is checked in for New Orleans. Luke Babbitt comes in for Ryan Anderson. And both free throws good for Lewis Williams.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
And stolen by Williams. And now here comes Williams leading the break. Here's Jones. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
And Freak gets it to go on the assist by Davis.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Passes it to Chandler. Picked by Williams. Young outside. Williams against Gordon. Young with no one around. Wide open shot is on the money. Young's got his second basket of the night. For the New Orleans Pelicans, their last game a loss to Oklahoma City.
And I don't care how much you grind it out defensively. When you shoot it that poorly, you're going to struggle to win games.
Well, it's not only going to be a struggle, it's going to be virtually impossible if you shoot as poorly as they did.
Right side, Williams. And Young, here we go. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. New Orleans has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Outside, Gordon. Pass to Freak. Gordon kicks to Freak. Shoots it. 6 on the shot clock. They get the rebound. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. New Orleans shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
And that one falls for Davis. The Lakers making a switch here. Singler's checked in. And so Anthony Davis nails both of them.
Well, as far as the league's big men go, he's one of the very best at the foul line.
Williams passes to Chandler. Back to Williams. Lots of room. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Davis has got his 5th rebound in this one. Pulls it up. And it's Freak missing.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that one.
And that one's good. Chandler's got his first points in this one.
The lead changes hands once more. There has been no separation between these two teams.
You know, it's made for one heck of an entertaining game. Even when it hasn't been the best basketball being played, it sure has been fun to watch.
Freak with it. His last outing, 16 points for him. Puts one up from 19. Good as the jump shot falls. Freak's got his second bucket. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, no team able to build a big lead early on.
And speaking with Roy Hibbert before the game, he helped illuminate their defensive philosophy.
You want to guard the paint, and some of that.
When you have that sort of focus like everything. Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Roy Hibbert's checked in for Anderson. Julius Randle comes in for Brandon Bass. Wilson Chandler's checked in for Singler. Young is subbed in for Kobe. Lewis Williams out there with Nick Young. Then it's Roy Hibbert. Then it's Wilson Chandler. And it's Randle in at the power forward position. That's the Laker 5.
Well, how about Anthony Davis in this one? He has 8 points, and he's done his job at the charity stripe. He's gotten 4 of his points from there.
And that's a good place to get them. They don't come easier than that, but you've got to get yourself there first.
And he sinks the second.
Another trip to the stripe for him, and I tell you what, a little bit of a different feel here in the second quarter. A little more banging going on.
Man, and it's really served them well. Seeking out the contact you mentioned and putting pressure on the defense.
Williams for 3, and he gets the bucket. Williams has got the lead up to 1 now for the Lakers. Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
You know what? Can you believe there have been 7 lead changes already, guys?
Wow.
And it's still in the first half. This could be a wild one.
Freak. And it's going to be 2 free throws. True contact on the shot.
Hey, guys, let's take a look at how the Pelicans performed last month. First in fewest turnovers a game. First in opponent points per game. And they also rank right there in the top 10 in fast break points. I mean, this is a really good transition team. They love to operate in the open court.
And, you know, going back to their turnovers, fewest in our league, that shows you the intelligence they play with. You have to beat them. They are not going to do it for you.
Jones checked in for Roy Hibbert. Screen by Jones. Back to Williams. That one's good. Maybe that'll get him going after a 2 for 6 start.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
The Pelicans have gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. Here's Freak. The step back jumper is good. Freak's got 10 points. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
Well, neck and neck, how about that? I mean, ferociously competitive. I mean, tight as me in an airplane bathroom.
That's not the visual I was looking for right now, but there have been a lot of lead changes. My goodness.
He kicks to Babbitt. Knocked away. Chandler with the steal. Nick Young on the wing, defended by Gordon. And there's a whistle. That goes on Terrence Jones. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And it's Freak missing.
Hey, I like creativity and a circus finish as much as anybody. But you better be sure you got a chance to make it.
And he gets it to go. Now it's a 3-point Laker lead.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
No good on the buzzer beater. And the first half comes to...
Kevin, thank you. Roy, I know you have...
Your Lakers, 38. The Pelicans, 35.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one. So big group substitution here for the Lakers. Anderson, he's checked in for Hibbert. Julius Randle comes in for Brandon Bass. Singler, he's checked in for Nick Young. And it's Brown in for Bryant. New Orleans also making some changes. Cunningham comes in for Ryan Anderson. And Freak subbed in for Drew Holiday. So for New Orleans right now, Freak in at point guard. Cunningham is out there with Anthony Davis. Then it's Gortat, and it's Evans in at the shooting guard position. That evens the score. Randall's got his first bucket of the night.
And that's what they have to do more of. They got a great look out of that possession.
Here's Freak. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Some of the shots he's taken have been real head scratchers. I mean, come on. He's out there playing like it's a game of horse at the park.
Brown against Evans. Singler for three. Shot is no good. Excellent D there from Freak. The Pelicans shooting around 40% from the floor here. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. And this is his second trip to the line tonight. First free throw is good. And some changes here for the Lakers. Jones comes in for Anderson, and Wilson Chandler subbed in for Singler. New Orleans also making some changes. Muscala, he's checked in for Gortat. Luke Babbitt comes in for Cunningham. And Eric Gordon subbed in for Tyreke Evans. Williams kicks to Randall. The feed to Jones. The pass to Chandler. Screen by Jones. And Chandler, here we go. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
One heck of a game. I mean, guys, this has been outstanding in terms of the effort that both sides have been able to put out.
Looking over there.